Hello everyone. Today we will be starting a new topic, a new chapter, which is linear inequalities. Inequalities means these are those statements which involve signs or symbols like less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Okay. And inequalities have immense use in solving the problems in the field of science, maths, then psychology, economics, statistics, and the main thing is optimization problems. Now we will just see what is the definition of inequality. Two real numbers or two algebraic expressions related by the symbol less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to is known as an inequality. So I have written certain examples for inequalities. First type, I have given names 1, 2, 3. Why? I will just explain it. First one is 2 less than 4, 8 less than 9. Okay. So here you can just see that both the sides of this inequality are numbers. So this is known as, or this type is known as numerical inequality. We have just categorized them. Okay. Second type is you have x, that is you have variable on one side and number on the other side. And those type of, you can just see x greater than 2, y less than 3, x greater than or equal to 5, x greater than or equal to 7. So these type in which you have one side as your variable and the other side as number are literal inequalities. That means this total is known as literal inequality. Okay. And the third type which I have written is, you can just see you have two inequalities on all the examples and numbers as well as variables. So this type of inequality in which you have two symbols involved, two inequalities involved is known as double inequality. Double inequality. Okay, so these are your varieties of inequalities which have been given different names. Now there are two types of linear inequalities, that is linear inequalities in one variable and linear inequalities in two variables. Linear inequalities in one variable means you have only variable as x. You can just see that ax plus b greater than 0. So you have four forms of linear inequalities. It can be either greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to. And the left hand side you can see this ax plus b, where x is the variable which they are saying as one variable and a and b are constants where a should not be equal to 0. A and b are constants and a is not equal to 0, because if a is 0 it will not be a linear inequation anymore. So linear inequalities having only greater than or less than, that means you don't have the equal to sign, those type of linear inequalities are known as strict inequalities. That is, strictly they are inequalities. And when you have greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, those types are known as slack inequalities. Okay, so you have strict and slack inequalities according as you have greater than, less than, or greater than equal to, or less than or equal to. Okay, so if you have only greater than, less than, it is strict inequality, and if you have equal to involved in that or included in that inequation, then it is slack inequality. Okay, the other type is linear inequalities in two variables. Here we have the form as ax plus by is greater than 0, ax plus by can be less than 0, ax plus by greater than equal to 0, ax plus by less than or equal to 0. Here you can see that x and y are two variables in this inequality and a and b are again constants with a and b both not equal to 0. A and b both not equal to 0 and are constants. Okay. Again here you can see these two have strict inequalities. So these two types are involved or included in strict inequalities, and the inequalities where you have greater than equal to, less than or equal to sign, there again they have your slack inequalities. Okay, so these are the varieties of linear inequalities. The third type is ax square plus bx plus c greater than 0, less than 0, greater than equal to 0, less than equal to 0. But you can just see that the power of or the degree of x here is 2. That means it is not linear. It is quadratic inequality in one variable. Why one variable? Because you have only x as the variable. Remaining a, b, c are constants with a not equal to 0, so that it will be quadratic. Okay, a should not be equal to 0 in this one. A, b, c are constants. So again you have less than and greater than included in your strict inequality, and greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 0. These two symbols as your slack inequalities. Okay. Next topic is algebraic solution of linear inequalities in one variable and their graphical representation. So when we talk about the solution of any inequality is a value of the variable which makes the statement true, or which makes it a true statement. So in order to tell what is a true statement, I'll just take an example. Suppose you have 30x is less than 200, and this x is nothing but the number of packets of, suppose number of packets of pencils. So how many packets of pencil will satisfy this equation? That means if you have 200 rupees, okay, and if one packet costs 30 rupees, how many packets of pencils you can buy? If that is the question, how you have to find out the solution, or what will be the solution of this inequality? For that we have to go for what is a true statement. Okay, now I'll show you what is a true statement, or how will you check for a true statement. Suppose I am taking x as 0. Now why I am not starting with negative numbers means it is number of packets of something. So I am starting with x is 0. When I replace the left hand side with 0, this will give you 0. Right, 30 into 0 will become 0, and 0 is, yes, less than 200. So I can say that this is giving you a true statement. If the thing or the inequality which you are getting is true, then you will say that the statement is true. Okay, now if I am substituting x equal to 1, it will give you 30 into 1, which is 30. Again 30 is less than 200. That means this one is also giving you a true statement. Okay, x equal to 2, 30 into 2, which is 60, or yes, it is less than, so it is also giving you a, it is less than 200, so it is giving you a true statement, right? X equal to 3, 30 into 3, which is 90, less than 200, yes, of course, it is also less than 200. X equal to 4 will give you 30 into 4, 120, less than 200, yes, true. X equal to 5 will give you 30 into 5, which is 150, less than 200. X equal to 6, 30 into 6 will give you 180, again less than 200. So it is also a true statement. Now if I substitute x equal to 7, I will get 30 into 7 as 210. And if I say it is less than 200, you will say that no, it is not. That means this is giving you a false statement. Now when you get the false statement for the value you have substituted, that will not act as the solution. It will be the solution of the given inequality. That means all these values till 6 are satisfying the inequality. That means they are giving you the true statement. Hence, all these values are the solution of this inequality, 30x less than 200. That means I can write, therefore, the solution set, or the solutions are like that. Okay, solution set, if I am writing, I have to write it in the set, is which are the values which are satisfying or which are giving you the true statement. 0, the value of x, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So till 6 you have that in the solution set. And since for x equal to 7, the statement is giving you a false thing, or the statement is a false statement, you can just say that 7 is not a solution, and after 7 also you will not get anything to be satisfied in this inequation. Okay, so this is known as your solution. Or now you just go for the definition of solution. Any solution of an inequality is a value. So 0 is a value, 1 is a value, 2 is a value of the variable which makes the statement true. Understood? Now, rules for linear equalities is that if you are adding or subtracting the same value on both sides of the equality, then the sign of the equality or the equality is not getting disturbed. Again, if you are multiplying or dividing with a non-zero number, same number on both sides, but it should be non-zero, then also the equality is not getting disturbed. But for the case of linear inequality, there are certain changes. That is, for subtraction and addition with the same number on both sides of the linear inequality, the sign is not getting disturbed. And if you are multiplying or dividing with the same positive number, then the inequality is not getting disturbed. But if you are multiplying or dividing with a negative number, then the inequality reverses its sign, or the sign gets reversed. Okay, let's check. So the rule number 1 for solving an inequality is equal numbers may be added to or subtracted from both the sides of an inequality without affecting the sign of the inequality. Without affecting the sign. Okay. Rule number 2 is both the sides of an inequality can be multiplied or divided by the same positive number. It should be same positive number, then the inequality is not having any change. But when both sides are multiplied or divided by a negative number, then the sign of the inequality is getting reversed. If you are multiplying with a negative number, the sign of the inequality gets reversed. I will just take a simple example for you to understand. You know that 2 is less than 3, right? Now, if I am multiplying with a negative sign on both the sides, it will become -2 on the left side and -3 on the right hand side. So what about the inequality? If I am writing like this, this will be wrong, right? You know that -3 is less than -2. So the inequality is getting reversed. You understood? It was 2 less than 3 and it became -2 is greater than -3. So this is the change what will happen according to the rule number 2.